welcome back. So now we're at the stage where we're plasterboarding. Studs are all built. Now they just need dressing with a plasterboard. The electrics are in on the two side returns. So I'm all happy there. That's all good to go. So I'm confident now I can close these sides up and this section is ready for plastering. Anyway, enough rattling on. No jigs, just a tape measure and a level. Promise. Now, this offcut will work on the other side. That can go there. Now, I'm going to have to trim this line off about there. Because that goes up and in. That'll close that up anyway. Okay, stay there. Stay there. You know what, sometimes I feel like tools just grow legs and walk. Oh, something better. Now I'm just raising it off the floor, so it's not touching directly. And this is the offcut from the other board. Open. Let it fit snug. Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll just screw that in now. That's my top cut done. I'll do the bottom, and then the offcut from the bottom of here will be enough to do the reverse of that side. Now, sometimes you've got to use what you've got to use, and that's that. It looks like it grew there. That I can use, which will be fine. Now these are going to be plastered and they're going to have angle beads on them, so I'm not too fussed about the external corners. Yeah, it's nice to use factory edge of the board. I haven't got any, and I'm not wasting another board. So I'm going to use the bits. And once it's all plastered, it's going to be beautiful. Mask. Beautiful. That's that wall insulated. That's ready to be boarded. That side. It's very hard to breathe with this mask on. Now, I have still got all the inside to insulate, but that will not be done yet. My cables are in for the LEDs. I've got some plumbing to do. The next area I want to insulate is here, because this is also going to be plastered. The electrician's here today, so he's going to make sure on his cable so that he's happy, so I can close that up. There will be an access point here, pop-out door for the drivers, but that's ready to be boarded. And I think I'm going to do that while I wait for that. I've got the baby sheets because I'm on my own, so don't judge me. Okay, so this wall is now boarded, thank God. Yeah, should have used self-tappers. However, the drywalls went in, only a few played up. But yeah, metal stud, I don't really like it. Anyway, we're on to the timber side now. Let's board this wall. bagginess. That's that. Alright, that side done. We're all insulated, boarded. Our LED cables are all run. Over to the basin area. The walls are formed and boarded both sides. Electrics coming out for wall mounted lights. So that's going to now be a cupboard, full length cupboard. So what I did is I squared the back wall off for the client, so they've got a flat surface. And the walls that are plasterboarded are going to be plastered. So I had it a little bit up against me, but I come out on top. Now what's left is just that wall. I've got the rad pipes in centre to that wall, but what I'm going to have to do is ply all that wall, just so that I know I've got a good fixing when I come to hang the rad. I have on order, which should arrive today, is a servicing hatch, which is quite nice actually, so it'll get plastered in. I'm going to see what sort of work I need to do in order to get that in there, but I was a little bit impatient. Maybe I should have waited before I boarded that. However, you do as you need to get moving forward. At the end of the day, it's only a few screws, so that's why there's screws missing out of that board. Flyover over the door is now boarded, and that is ready to be plastered. That section's ready to be plastered. So yes, for the plasterer, it's all ready. And what I'll do for the next couple of days is finalise or get some brassware on the walls. I think I'm going to have to knock that row of noggins out. Basin height is here, which is around 900. I've actually allowed 20mm more for the build up of the floor, so I believe I'm going to have to knock them out, because I don't know if going underneath is going to give me enough, which it probably will, but I will need to get the hot and the colds in, so that's going to be so I think I'm going to have to knock them out. My hot and cold supply is here behind the toilet. I've got two 22s and a 15. I believe that 15 is for the pan, and then the two 22s, one's hot, one's cold, to feed this side. There isn't a waste, so I'm going to have to boss into that stack. I've got to cut that stack anyway and lift it up to fit this frame. In actual fact, what I did, I don't know if you can see that groove there, well, that's designed to be here. So I undone the screw on this, spun it around so that I can use it this way, because I don't think you can use it, you have to use it that way. Well, we cut these collars down anyway, the fitting that goes in the back of the pan. I don't like to use flexies because it's a frame. It should all be supported, and it should all be solid. So I'm going to get that at a slight angle, which means I need to lift up, cut and adapt that to suit. And then what I'll do is I'll boss into the top for the basin on this pipe. So I'll sort that out, not a problem. And then once this is all plastered, I can finalise the boxing all the way around, and then that's going to have a shelf. That back wall wasn't going to be tiled, but it is now. I'm going to tile that back wall. It's only going to be a couple of pieces, so that's going to be tiled. Either side of here is going to be skimmed, so these are all going to be plastered and painted. Same there. And the reverse of the shower. Not really much happening in here, just got the electrics in place. I've got a core hole, I fan. Now this is 9-inch brickwork. They're soft reds. It's about 200 years old. It's lime mortar. However, the bit that I want to go and take the fan out of has been relayed. So when I go through with a core drill, I know I'm going to be going through something a little bit stronger. So yes, that's currently where we're at. Bath is all there. The hot and cold and the waste is all there. It's just got to be brought up in position. Rad pipes I've pinged to the wall, and then we need to boss through that joist, get through there, and then connect on up the other end. So yeah, this is the update. That's the left, what we've got insulation wise. What I might do is just utilise that. I need 3 sheets of that. It's going to leave me with 3.5. What I'll probably do is just use it up inside these studs, and yeah, I've got to put some extra timbers in across that back wall to take the weight of the bench. I'll tie it into this wall. I need to put some timbers this side as well, just so that I can get it nice and strong. But that will be built afterwards. But yeah. So, ciao for now, guys.